Now, coming up, we've got the Artillerist. The Artillerist is one of my favorite. It is the blaster of blasters. Well, not necessarily up there with the Evocation Wizard, but it's pretty strong. First off, you get like a proficiency with woodcarver tools. You know, I always imagine this. I played Artillerist for a while many years ago, and he had a big cannon. I treated it like an old blunderbuss with a dragon head on it. It's funny that I have art of that character, and anyways, I won't spoil anything for anyone for Tashas, but it's remarkable how much they look alike. I'll leave it at that. So the Artillerist gets some spells that are very unique and very powerful. Starting at 3rd level, you get Shield. So you're already down to scrap, close up if you needed to. You get Thunder Wave. You've got Scorching Ray, Shatter, Fireball, Wind Wall, Ice Storm, Wall of Fire, Cone of Cold, Wall of Force.
We can already see a ton of evocations on that list.
It's a lot of evocation. It's a lot of AoE. It's a lot of just locking down the area. Yep. That's what the Artillerist is good at, and that's what they should be good at.
And awe.
Shock. Yeah, absolutely shock and awe. I love the visual I have in my head of this magical character who has a blunderbuss that can just explode a fireball or create a wind wall.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a grenade that causes wall of fire, right? You know, you can kind of flavor that in your mind in this way. But things get a little bit more dangerous as we go into the other 3rd level abilities.
Yeah, this is the core of the Artillerist fantasy. Also at 3rd level, the Eldritch Cannon. Using woodcarvers or smith's tools, you can, as an action, magically create a small or tiny size Eldritch Cannon in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. And this cannon is a magical object. It has a high armor class of 18. It has hit points equal to 5 times your artificer level. It's immune to poison and psychic damage in all conditions. And this cannon is somewhat autonomous. So you can move around. It's like a companion creature, just a little bit, that you can command to move about and blast away. And there are 3 different types of cannons you can create.
Tough.
That 18 AC is nothing to joke at. You probably don't have 18 AC at this level.
Yeah.
You can choose if the cannon has legs or not. So you might just want to hold this thing around, use it like a hand cannon, or you can make your little walking spider turret that kind of follows in your wake. And you can make it as a flamethrower to breathe fire in a cone. You can use it as a ballista to blast an arrow of force straight into a foe, or you can use it as a protector that creates a burst of positive energy around it, granting temporary hit points to you and nearby friends.
So strong.
It's a really cool little guy.
Yeah, and like the flamethrower, the fact that, you're doing 2d8 fire damage, but it's a 15-foot cone, you can kind of lock down an area. You know, the force ballista is like 120 feet. That is nothing to sneeze at. And it's, it's 2d8 force damage. Very hard to, resist. Near impossible. And you're being able to do this while you're up to your other shenanigans as a spellcaster. Because
this is a bonus action.
Exactly. And that's the deal. Is what makes this a great blaster is you can cast those first through 5th level spells. And then on your bonus action, you can lay down even more hurt, right? You become kind of like the John Wick of spellcasting in a way. Not of spellcasting, but of kind of magic. So you're like, you shot off your fireball, but also flamethrower. Like in case that didn't get you, I'm going to bring you down a little bit more. It's almost like having a double barrel shotgun in terms of like these effects. And it's really, really, really great.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, it could be like this weird spidery turret that walks around. That you tell it to like maneuver.
Yeah, and like we're talking about reflavoring, this thing can be as cute or as creepy or as stolid as you want it to be. You know, it could be a little guy with a happy face on it, just kind of trundling along on 2 little legs, and then flamethrower.
Or little tiny wind-up dragon. Just
a little tiny wind-up dragon that just like blows fire.
Or a creepy doll, you know?
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean the possibilities are endless here.
Yeah,
And
I
like,
imagine I would love to see this now. This artillerist that has like action figures, right?
this is G.I. Joe.
This is my protector. This is my ballista one. And this is my flamethrower.
Oh my gosh.
Name each of them.
Yeah.
Lots of reflavoring. Yeah, certainly I have seen and been horrified by the spidery ones. The ones that have like long, spindly legs. Those creep me out a lot.
And this isn't the last we're going to see of the Eldritch Cannon, but we're going to move on for a sec into the Arcane Firearm. You want to talk about this, Todd?
Yeah, Arcane Firearm. It has not caused me any stress at all trying to think about Arcane Firearm versus Eldritch Cannon. I keep on mixing these up when I talk about them, much to a close relation who uses the Artillerist. I keep on confusing what Arcane Firearm and Eldritch Cannon is.
So I can't imagine why you would get confused.
I know, it's weird. So Arcane Firearm is basically that blunderbuss I was kind of talking about. And this can look like anything. This could look like a pistol, a bazooka, or it's just a staff, you know, with a dragon head on it. You can kind of flavor this in any way that you want to. What makes it very powerful is that it allows you to add a 1d8 to any of your damage rolls for a spell. That's really great when you're looking at the limitations you have as an artificer to upcast, right? But if I'm casting Fireball and I'm using my Arcane Firearm as a spell focus, that allows me to get another d8 of damage to one of the spell's damage rolls equal to the number rolled. That's nice. That's a nice little extra boost.
It is a nice little bonus, isn't it?
It's not like full upcasting. You know, if I'm correct, this is only to one of the rolls. This doesn't make. Would that affect everyone?
I think so. In terms of Fireball, since you're only rolling the dice once, you add that d8 that applies to everyone. But it's not like you're rolling 1d8 for every other die you're rolling.
No, that would
that would go. We're beyond the pale here.
This is the best subclass ever.
Yeah, really.
But it does get you're getting a little bit more out of your Fireball than normally you would think you would get. So it again kind of pushes this thing of. Yeah, maybe you're not the evocation wizard, but you are really good at blasting. And you're really good at laying down that damage.
Just like we talked about with the alchemist, it says spells. It doesn't say spells at the first level or higher. This applies to your cantrips as well. So when you're casting firebolt or anything, that's a really big extra little squeeze of juice that you're getting out of your cantrips. And that's great because your spell slots are kind of limited as an artificer.
And there's no limitation that I'm looking at here.
Nope. Never.
Yeah, so you're now your cantrips are all getting an extra d8. Yeah, it's
pretty good.
It's meanness. Now, at ninth level, tell me about this, and this is where things get weird. And I just it reminds me of Farscape, where I'm pretty sure in Farscape they cause their guns to explode more than they actually fired them.
Now, I told you we weren't done with the Eldritch Cannon. Here is Explosive Cannon. Starting at 9th level, every Eldritch Cannon you create is more destructive. First of all, their damage rolls all increase by 1d8. Good, just a nice little bit of scaling to keep up with the empowered enemies you're going to be facing.
Absolutely.
Also, as an action, you can command the cannon to detonate if you're within 60 feet of it. Doing so destroys the cannon and forces every creature within 20 feet of it to make a dexterity save against your spell save DC, taking 3d8 force damage on a failed save or saving for half. This is great because, once again, it only takes you an action to magically recreate another Eldritch Cannon. It's the simplest thing in the world to, once your cannon has, is within an inch of its life, just say, "Go, my friend," and it goes off, and then it just explodes to get a little bit more oomph out of an almost dead cannon.
It's certainly a little bit situational, but you're completely right. And if I'm correct reading it, that 3d8 is actually a 4d8 because you've increased the damage rolls by 1d8 for that cannon.
Interesting.
So would you apply that? This cannon's damage rolls all increase by 1d8.
Huh.
But if you command the cannon to detonate, I feel like that would apply.
I feel like that would apply.
I can see this hotly debated.
I think an extra 1d8 damage will not be the thing that tips the Artificer from balanced into unbalanced here. Trust your DM's ruling on this one.
So tell me about fortified position. This is where you are the master of the battlefield. You are just like, I've got you here, I've got you there. I've got this side of the map.
This is the 15th level capstone for the Artillerist. You are master of forming well-defended emplacements using your Eldritch Cannon. You and your allies have half cover while within 10 feet of a cannon you create as a result of a shimmering field of magical protection the cannon emits. Now, half cover means a lot of things. It means +2 to your AC and your dexterity saves. Well, actually, that's really what it means. But it means that you are able to hide behind half cover if you need to. So if you've got a rogue who wants to stay unseen, you can dip behind that cannon's sort of shimmering field of force and trust the optical waves to keep you out of sight. And finally, you can make another cannon. You can have two cannons at the same time. You can create two with the same action, and you can activate both of them with the same bonus action. You determine whether the cannons are identical or different, and you can't create a third one while you have two available. And that stacks with that field of protection mentioned earlier here. You can cause one cannon to explode, but not the other. It definitely lets you lay down an area of territorial control on a map.
Yeah, it's really great for your party. You're at 15th level. You're giving everyone these bonuses. You've got two of these cannons now. So now you're casting a spell like Fireball. Now you're dumping down the flamethrower, and now the Force Ballista version as well is shooting out. You've taken 3 kind of combat actions in a way, in terms of magic, and you're just John Wicking it up on the battlefield and protecting everyone around you at the same time.
You are a one gnome army in this situation.
Yeah, you are the one gnome army. You're a gnome with action figures that look like smaller gnomes. all action figures that look like you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You're the Russian nesting doll.
Pre-order Tasha's Cauldron of Everything on D&D Beyond and unlock exclusive pre-order rewards, including digital dice.